Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to be covering Summerhill Force, a waterfall in County Durham in the north of England. We'll talk about how we're going to get there, what's there to photograph, and what other sites are nearby. So let's go take a look at some maps and see how we're going to get there. So Summerhill Force is located in the North Pinions area of natural beauty. It's between Durham and Penrith in the north. The closest towns are Bernard Castle and Stanhope. So Summer Force and Gibson Caves are off of the B6277. The best place to park is at the Bowlees Visitor Center. Nearby, you'll see Low Force Waterfall and High Force Waterfalls. High Force Waterfalls is probably the best known waterfalls in this area. You can park locally at High Force Waterfall if the parking there is open. If not, you can park at Bowlees Visitor Center, and there's a trail that runs along the River Tees that you can take and walk up to High Force Waterfall. Low Force Waterfall, however, is extremely close. It's literally across the street and over a field to get from Bowlees Visitor Center. So you would just park and you can basically visit Summerhill Force and Low Force Waterfall on one trip. So whenever you arrive, you'll park in the Pay and Display car park that is across the stream from Bowlees Visitor Center. Now, instead of going across the bridge to the Visitor Center, what you want to do is hike up the creek, go past the toilet blocks, and follow the creek up to the waterfall. Now, you can also see on this map that you can get to Low Force Waterfall by actually walking over to the Visitor Center and taking a trail that goes across the road and across through a field, and then it'll take you to Low Force Waterfall. So this video shows you the first half of the trail, and as you can see, it's a really good trail. It's really easy to follow, and so you're going to basically follow this trail up. Now there's things to see along the trail and things that you might want to photograph because you're going to pass a smaller fall, and where we're walking along here, we're also going to actually come up on an old mine shaft that has what's left of the bridge that would have went across to the other side, the foundations of it, even though the bridge isn't still there. And you'll also run across, I saw like a bug hotel. There's a lot of like birds and things in this area that if you're into that kind of photography, that you'll have opportunities there as well. So keep in mind, halfway up this path, you're going to run into some stairs. So if you're not as mobile as you like, the stairs might cause you some problems. I didn't really find them to be that bad, but if you have mobility issues, the stairs might cause you some issues. But that's halfway up, and then the rest of the trail is pretty easy going. So this is the second half of the trail. Please ignore my finger on the top of the screen there, but it's still a pretty good trail, cobblestone, dirt, a little bit more uneven, but still a really easy walk up to the waterfall. So fortunately, in this video segment, I was able to keep my finger off the lens, but as you can see, I'm right down below the waterfall, and you can see it up there, and then the cascades that kind of come down after it. So this time we were up there, this is April, so the leaves on the trees haven't quite come out yet, but I think you could probably get up to this location pretty easily year-round. Snow, summer, doesn't matter. Summer ought to be really nice, though, whenever the leaves come out, but you wouldn't be able to see the waterfall from this far down, I don't think, with the vegetation between you and it. So let's look at some photographs I took up here of the waterfall. So if you like my photographs, please go through and look at my other video on photographing waterfalls. This is from downstream, and so I've run a pretty high shutter rate, but really the waterfall is such that you can walk almost all the way around at 360 degree because it falls off and there's a ledge, and then there's an overhang underneath that you could actually circle all the way around the waterfall and photograph it from different angles. So it lends itself to that really well. Now, when we visited, the waterfall was just a nice, pleasant waterfall. It wasn't just a raging torrent kind of waterfall. But I got a feeling that if you were to visit after heavy rains or when the snow was melting or whatever the case, whenever there was more water flowing through this stream, the waterfall might become a lot larger than it was whenever we visited. So, which would, depending on what you're after, would change basically how you're photographing the waterfall. Now, do me a favor. If you like this video, please click like down below and subscribe if you'd like to see some of my other videos. And don't forget to take a look at how to photograph waterfalls, a video that I made last week on how, and please ignore the front end. I know it's a bad video on the front, but the back has some really good content. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks. Bye.